just check out those sort of videos if you want more information into Red Hat. But as I said, this is on Fedora Linux, and this is more of my sort of experience on Fedora, running it for, well, this installation I've ran for like the last 3-4 days, but I've been messing around with different distros of Linux from Ubuntu, from bog standard Ubuntu Linux to Linux Mint to CachyOS and Bazite and other ones. Loads of them I have downloaded, and obviously Noble Linux, but this one I am sticking with at the moment, but I may change in about 24 to 48 hours, you never know, unless something catastrophic happens that my system just suddenly doesn't switch on, then I'll have to change. But I'm sticking with this at this point. But I think it's a lot healthy, really, going through different distros, going through different sort of looks on it, and seeing what each individual distro offers, and seeing if the certain distro is to your workload, because that essentially is what the case is if one distro works for you, that's fantastic. If Linux doesn't work for you, that's also fantastic. But for me, for my own personal use, for what I use the computer for what I use this system that I have hand built over the last 3-4 years, I've been rebuilding it, building it, rebuilding it, building it, taking the case out, changing the case. It's still the same system that I built years ago when it was an FX system. It is essentially the same system, even though obviously the computer, the components have changed, the case has changed, the fans have changed. So yeah, it could be a brand new system, but to me it's the same bog standard system that I built way back in the day when I initially went on this path of building my own systems, when I went to our local second-hand trading place and sold my Xbox One, sold most of the games as well, got rid of all the games, gave a few to family members and everything, and just things like that, and went on this journey of buying or building, should I say, my own system. Now, building your own system is very, very good. It's a lot of especially in the early days, it's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of all this, whether this component will work, whether you'll damage something. Like I have damaged so many CPUs, it's unbelievable. But anyway, that's beside the point. So about 2 weeks ago, should I say, I felt like Windows wasn't really working for me, and I decided, right, let's have a serious look at Linux. So first of all, as I explained in the last video, I downloaded, I think it was Linux Mint at first. That was alright, that installed pretty well. Modern Linux Mint is absolutely fantastic. Great for people who are coming from Windows, who have zero experience with things like the terminal, with with the command shell, just want a bog standard out of the box experience, load it up, and play your games, do some productivity work, probably do a bit of web surfing, check emails. That's fantastic. But for people who like tinkering with their systems, like myself, who like to see what that system can do, in its current form, I don't think Linux Mint is that good for that. Although it's dramatically changed in a way. But for me personally, I don't think it was my system. So then I went on to, then I tried bog standard Ubuntu Linux, and then I went to CashiOS. That was a disaster the first time I installed that, or tried to install it, should I say. First time it didn't even install on me USB stick, and then all of a sudden it went on a tangent, and then I managed to get it installed and all this, and then that worked for about a day or two, and then I thought, no, I'll change it up. There wasn't any problem with CashiOS, apart from I think I had a trouble loading third-party drivers. Now I don't know if I was doing anything wrong with that. Possibly. It was very early in me, very early in me Linux exposure, and it was just I was just having so many driver issues, so many problems, updating the drivers, updating this, updating that. And then I downloaded Bazite. That was brilliant because that was personally built on Steam Gaming, and many videos out there on YouTube and on other file sharing video sharing websites and file sharing websites recommend it. Loads of websites recommend it, and yeah, brilliant for Linux, Linux/Steam Gaming, but it wasn't really that good on what I needed it for. So then half the problem was it didn't really feel like home. Now that's one of the most important things with me. With any distro, it's got to feel like home. It's got to feel like you're able to go home, take your pants off, put your PJs on, or walk around with shorts, or walk around in the Jimmy nude, whatever you want to do in your own home is up to you. But that's the feeling that I wanted with this OS. So then I downloaded Nobara Linux, or Nobara Linux, as I keep asking to be pronounced like that, and that was more catered towards me. And then I thought, you know what, I'll try bog standard Fedora Linux. So here we are, bog standard Fedora 43 KDE version. Now, upon loading this up from Nobara, I did use a USB writer, which is the USB. That. Oh, there it is. Right. Yeah. So here is Fedora Media Writer. Now you can download this via the Fedora website. If we get that up, it goes straight to the Fedora project page. So if you click that, you can get this via this website. Now this little program will run on a Windows system. I'm not sure if it will run on Mac systems, but it's just an easier way if you don't really want to use Rufus, which my past experience with Rufus has been a bit a bit tainted really. Sometimes it'll work, other times it won't. Windows OSs work fantastically with Rufus. Windows 10, Windows 11, I think even Windows 7 run quite good with Rufus, but it's when you get into the Linux spectrum. The Linux ones, my greatest success is using appRRs, or what I recently got exposed to when I was watching a fellow YouTuber, quite big YouTuber on here, which he downloaded this on the website and he installed it on a Windows system. Now I can't do that at this point because Windows is absolutely absent from this computer and will not be loaded on if I can help it. I have got a USB Windows bootable drive just in case things do happen, but I'm looking to expand my Linux sort of thing. So anyway, so you can download this program and this is absolutely fantastic. Now the one issue that I have with this, it's not really an issue, it's just with a bit of a design flaw, especially if you're half asleep late at night, 4 in the morning trying to do this. You can do this mistake easily, trust me, I've done it, and didn't realise until it booted up with the operating system that it downloaded, the version of the operating system that it downloaded. But you can download it automatically, which is fantastic for me, because as you see here, my internet, nope, that you ain't actually seeing a mirage, seeing a video editing trickery. That is my current internet. My current internet is, well, it's 46%, so yeah, so it's not fantastic in the way. So downloading it via the website was the only way that I could actually do it, because I tried to download the ISO file and it said will take 3 days to download. So I thought, sod that, I'm not waiting 3 days. So I downloaded it, click that, click next, and this is where I made a huge mistake, or kind of a bit of a faux pas really, not a huge mistake. It defaults to Fedora Workstation. Now, from what I could actually see from Workstation, I haven't used it, I'm not very knowledgeable about Workstation, but from what I can gather, both through the website and both through what I saw myself, is Workstation is more of a tablet based system. So it's more of like, if you're familiar with Ubuntu, you can download Workstation and it will run perfectly. Or if you're familiar with Mac OS systems, it's a lot like that, where it's got just, instead of like, it's got a title bar here instead of a dock here, which I think this is called a dock. It's actually just got the dock in the middle, and I thought, what the hell is it doing? Where's all my programs? Where's all my settings? Where's all my fancy little things? Where's all them icons there? And they were all stuck up here, which on a little tiny screen, that's fantastic, but when you're working with a 43-inch TV, not serviceable for me anyway. So I had to re-download it, spend the next 5-6 hours due to my shoddy internet connection re-downloading Fedora using this program. And you just click, once you have your system, once you've chosen your version of Fedora, you click next, and this is where you can download, you can say, right, I want 42 or 43. depending on your sort of system specs and stuff like that, and hardware, it might be easier to load up 42 or probably easier 43, depends on your computer. And you also have Intel AMD 64 or ARMed processors. You have 64 ARM processor there, and then you've got USB drive, and then you can delete your download after writing, which is good if you're going to stick with your current installation, but not really necessary if you're going to just totally reboot. So I left that unticked, and then you just click download and write, and it will verify the drive. It will check that the drive is compatible or got enough space, should I say, formatted right, and then it will download, it will format if you need to format, and then it will download the selected ISO or the selected version of the operating system what you want to download, and then you can use this to make up backup lists. But this is a very good program. Even if you're doing on Windows, I suggest you download this program on the Fedora website, because I have had more success with this program than I ever had with Etcher or ever had with Rufus, because you can use any ISO. You could probably use Mac, you could use Linux, you could even probably do a Windows system on this, because all it's doing is taking the current ISO that you selected, writing it to formatting the drive, writing it to the drive, and then writing any sort of necessary files, boot managers, bootstraps, or anything that it needs in order for you to then restart your system, reboot into the BIOS, change the priorities of the BIOS to the USB pen, and then go straight into your new toy, basically your new experience, your new OS, your fresh new look. So anyway, and another good program that I have downloaded, which is called Resources. Now this has been quite good, quite needed, because I have had a few programs that have crashed, and when at least this Fedora Linux version crashes, it's not like a typical white box or blue screen or anything like that. In fact, I haven't had any major crashes on this, really. I've only had like unresponsive programs, which is basically a crash. So you can go into this program and you can say, right, well, I want to kill my VPN. So click that, which the VPN isn't on, so it's alright. You can have end process, kill process, halt process, or continue process. So you can kill the process, click kill process, and it will kill it. And it's straight out of system resources, sitting there waiting for you to reload it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think this is better than Task Manager in a way, because the one thing with Task Manager that used to really get on my nerves is when you're on Windows and you've got, say, like EA downloader, EA app running, and there's various different services. Now I don't know if anyone's looked at Task Manager recently, or at least in Windows 11 and Windows 10, but there's various different resources, so you have to go over and you have to kill individual processes. Now if you have one of these files or one of these processes still running, it will automatically reload the process. Now, I haven't had that happen with this sort of resource management app. Not to say it probably won't, but I haven't experienced that. When you kill a process, it's dead, it's killed, it's no longer gonna hassle your system, no longer gonna tie up resources. So that in a way is fantastic. But what also I like is the graphs here. So you have your processor, you have your memory, GPU, GPU2, because obviously this has got an onboard GPU. It's a Ryzen 9950X3D, so it's got an AMD Vega, I think it has, CPU core on it, which is only 512 megabytes, which was fun when I was trying to try and load Crysis on a 512 megabyte system when you've got Windows 11. No, absolutely no chance. I might actually try it on Linux on this system one day. I might actually see how far you can actually push the performance on this. See if you can deactivate a few cores, or see if you can deactivate this, that, and the other. But yeah, that's me fiddling around in the future. And then you've also got your hard drives. So you've got 2 terabyte hard drive, 4 terabyte hard drive, 2 terabyte hard drive, 4 terabyte hard drive. Now, I think one is my OS drive, which is that one. Or is it that one? I'm not sure. No, sorry. Yeah, I don't know which one is which. It doesn't tell you, but you can have a look. And as my internet connection, yeah, right. So another program is called Heroic Games. I can't friggin' say that, but there we go, we butchered the words. Heroic Game Launcher, and this is fantastic if you have let's see, yeah, if you have Epic, GOG and Amazon. Now I have got an Amazon account, but I've got nothing purchased on that. That's just my basic Amazon account. I've also got GOG, and I've got Epic Games, of course. I'm a fantastic hoarder of Unreal games. I love them. Funnily enough, I haven't got any Unreal games on here. Not installed anyway. I've got some in my Steam profile. Yeah, so you've got all of them. Actually, I might download Predator. Actually, let's see that one. Let's give that one a check. Right, so to download games on here, you this game includes anti-cheat running. Alright, so it includes an anti-cheat. It includes an anti-cheat. Yeah. I don't think I played this online. I don't think you can actually... Well, you can actually play this online, but I don't think I have actually played this online, so I'll check if that actually runs. Installs. War Pigs, I've been playing that. I played that a little bit ago. Cyberpunk, obviously. Crime Boss. Yeah, I don't know. That was an okay game. That was one of the ones where it was a game that you downloaded that I bought. Okay, now when did I buy this? Now I don't think I know. When did I buy it? hasn't got the information on it. Nope, well, it's a Windows 10 game, so it must be 2004, I think it was. It was about over a year ago anyway I bought it. It's an alright game, but it was that guy who I can't remember his name, but he's recently passed, and I have been a big fan of his films. Him, and he looked like Chuck Norris as well, which I think that is actually supposed to be Chuck Norris. It was a good game, but it was frigging really stressful to play. So yeah, might not, but we've also got Crysis. Can we run Crysis on Linux? I think we can. But yeah, so we've got these stores. There is Lutris that you can download, but I've had mixed success with that, because that really you basically have to set it up properly before it actually works. This actually works right out of the box. Is consistently doesn't break, doesn't fall, doesn't do anything like that, or anything. And apart from I had a few bugs on Cyberpunk, I think that was a driver issue, but it ran more to the point. What else? Yeah, so I've got my Steam games as well, and I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4. Brilliant game. I've got Fallout 3, another good game. These, however, you have to mess around with Proton. That wouldn't load because I had the compatibility setting off, and I tried the experimental, I tried the hotfix, and the only way that I could get it working was Proton 9.4-0, sorry, 9.0-4. So that was it. And yeah, so as for gaming, it's fantastic. Video recording, it's pretty good. As you see, I'm recording on here. You can hear me very well. I have had a bit of problems with the mic, but you have to download, where is it? Yeah, you have to download this pipe wire graph app, and this talks with all of your hardware. So as you see, we even have the Sky Q bloody thing. I don't know why we have all that, but mainly it talks with all your hardware. The only thing I don't like about this is when you first upload it, everything, all these boxes are all crushed into the middle, and you can hardly see what's happening. All you can see is a spaghetti of strings and spider webs and stuff like that. You should have called it spider wire or whatever, because it was just big spider nest of rat's nest of lines and boxes, and couldn't even work it out. So I had to basically move it all separate. But that's not really a major issue. It's just a bit of a bug. I don't know why they've done that. I think it's probably just the way that the program is executes and stuff. But after you sort that out, after you sort out the layout that you want, it's more or less easy to do, and you can easily switch DNF updates, and then put in your secret password, and it will search out for updates or anything like that. Now this is the only sort of niggle that I've got, and it's because I've been messing around trying to load up ROCm packs on here, which are for updated graphics cards, where they can push, I think they can push more sort of more technology for the graphics cards, so you get a lot more intricate drivers with them, but they haven't really failed to install, mainly because they're already on the system, and mainly because it can't find the installs. So I need to actually seek out the installs, and I need to actually find the certain installs on Google, on the main forums and stuff like that, but that will necessarily help, and I think it's only for Arch as well, so that may be the issue, because it's bringing up Arch as well. So yeah, maybe the issue. I'm not on an Arch thing distribution as, but yeah, you can basically update your drivers on here, and yeah, so it's quite good. There's another like really annoying issue with this. If you download the Plasma version, and well, you want this KDE Plasma, which is what KDE is now, and you go to like your wallpapers. Now if you choose any one of these, now I'm running the Matrix Rain wallpaper, which is something that I specifically downloaded via the plugin store. I think it's this one. Where is it? Is it this one? See, this video's getting on. Ah, yeah, there it is. So that's it. Done 15,000 downloads. Brilliant. Actually, I'll give that a review. See reviews. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll probably send them a review later if I can get in a review. But yeah, so that basically where you can download. But if you so what I was saying is, if you install it and have the KDE Plasma, and you're on like a certain resolution of monitor, and you try and put a new background to it, it will enable you to put backgrounds on the Windows system, like your desktop backgrounds. It will enable it, but the only problem is if your background doesn't measure to the same resolution. If I can really gather what's happening. If your resolution isn't the same as your background, or the background isn't the same as your resolution, when you restart or turn the computer off and then turn it back on, say like in the morning, turn it off in the evening and turn it back on in the morning, as soon as you turn it back on, it logs on, it will only revert back to its default theme background. Now it's alright if you've got a custom background like this, it will automatically load up. It'll say, look, demo wants the matrix rain background. Right, let's get that out, let's put it up, let's entertain him, and let's put that in. But if you're in the bog standard KDE Plasma desktop, it won't do that. It'll go, I can't find the file, let's load up the default one, and that is highly annoying. I don't know why they've done that. I really think they should change that in a way, and I will probably suggest that possibly in their more in their community forums or anything like that, because it's you think it's like Windows in a way. Well, in a way, Fedora and many of the Linux distros, at least what I've tried, even some of the Ubuntu distros and some of the other distros, even some of the tablet ones that are a lot like Windows. They work a lot like Windows or Mac or any sort of operating system that you may have used. So it's a very, very good familiar. So when you want to change your background, it won't do it. It will not do it unless you specifically, I think it's either resize it into the current sort of resolution, and then you need to put it into a certain directory, and then it will find it, and then you have to enable it in there, and then it will find it. I don't know if it's because I'm running on an external drive that isn't formatted for Linux. I don't know, or I don't know if it's the fact that because I've got two mechanical drives that are NTFS. Now I will reformat them at some point, but I'm not going to do already because there's a load of stuff on that, on them hard drives that I need to go through, and I need to say, right, I want that, I don't want that, I want that, I don't want that, I want that, I want that, you know. Because it's years and years and years of downloading pictures and stuff. Well, not downloading pictures, but downloading programs, my own pictures and stuff like that, and things, and it's a lot of things like that. But anyway, I've rabbited on far too long, and I will see you all next time on another video. So if you like, subscribe, and please do comment, please do follow me on TikTok as well. I don't think I mentioned that before, but anyway, thank you for watching. Bye for now. Bye.